Welcome. I'm here today with our special guest, Michael Jans from Agency Revolution. He's going to help us understand and, more importantly, give us some practical advice on how your agency can get started with or restart an integrated marketing campaign that includes great email. Michael, welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're happy to have you here today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who may not be aware, Michael is been in this industry for more years than we want to talk about. Okay,
over 20 years.
That's right, and got his start with direct mail, and he and his company are one of the most effective email and direct mail marketing outfits out there, helping agencies just like yours get real results. Michael, first of all, tell me a little bit, just does it work? Does email marketing, so we've heard so many things about how email is dead, nobody reads it. What's your response to does email marketing work?
There are two places we like to go for research on this.
Yeah.
One is our own, and one is what other people are saying about it. So first of all, what other people are saying about it. Forrester's research came out fairly recently. In response to that question, they said that 90% of emails get delivered. We also know that I think the figure is about 78% of the population checks their email multiple times a day on their smartphone. 2% of your Facebook postings will be viewed online. And so when we talk about the difference between email marketing and social media, the big difference is that email is going to show up. Now, just because it shows up doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get the appropriate response. And so the content and the quality, the timing of the delivery, all those things matter too. But there's no question about it. Marketing automation software is the fastest growing category of business software in the world right now. And it's mostly been available in the horizontal space, so mostly companies that don't specialize, that don't, for example, integrate with agency management systems. Yes, they're growing like crazy, but now we're beginning to see it come into the verticals and become available to insurance agencies.
And so that's obviously one of the things that Agency Revolution has a product.
Well, that's our area of expertise. So I had mentioned that we look to two places for research. Mm-hmm. One is, what are the big research firms saying?
Yep.
What is J.D. Power saying? What is McKinsey and ComScore? What are they saying about email marketing? But also, what are the kind of results that we're seeing? So our company, on behalf of clients and ourselves, we've delivered over 40 million emails. So
wow.
what we can see from our clients is that they're growing three different ways. They're getting more new customers, they're getting more revenue per customer, and they're keeping their clients longer. And when you compound those three numbers against each other and they each get bigger, that's how you build wealth and equity in this industry.
And how you make somebody a believer.
That's how you make them a believer, right. Even I think a lot of people recognize that. In fact, we did a survey about a year and a half ago. Industry-wide survey, we asked one question, and the question was, are you worried the world is moving faster than your agency? 96% of the respondents said, yes, I'm worried the world is changing faster than my agency. And I think, unfortunately, what happens is that people panic a little bit. Sometimes they do the wrong things, but that may be better than doing nothing at all. If we do nothing at all, I am absolutely convinced that we'll continue to see market share erosion in our industry. And so from that point of view, there's a lot at stake. And so as people are looking at this, clearly they have to take it seriously. And I think the very first thing that an agency principal needs to do is they have to say, I'm going to be responsible for growth. How will I make that happen? I won't say that email is the only solution, but I will say that because of its deliverability, because of how inexpensively it can be delivered, and because of the power of integrating technologies, it's a very, very effective way to grow. Agency principal needs to make a decision. If they don't, if they continue to get sucked into the day-to-day operations of the agency and work in the business and not on the business and continue to operate like it's the 1990s, I think we're going to see those agencies will be in trouble in a very short period of time.
So you said it's critical to take action. So we've got our viewers out here are, many of them they're watching because they know that this is something they need to do. So what are a couple simple prescriptive steps that an agency that as we said either is trying to start or maybe restart a program, what can they do that are actionable things that they can begin to leverage this powerful tool for themselves?
Well, I want to go back to the first point I just made. They have to make a decision.
Commit. Right?
Yes, they have to. I call it a once and for all. Once and for all, they have to decide that they're going to be that the agency leadership and ownership will be responsible for growth. And what that means is that they need to be committed to building or running or executing a system. If they think that if they kick out 1 or 2 emails every now and then, and it's haphazard and random and chaotic, if they think that that's email marketing, it's not. Email marketing should do exactly what we want the best of marketing to do. It should create meaningful relationships. Our philosophy is that the most advanced form of marketing is that which creates meaningful relationships. And so we're not just sort of desperately throwing messages out there and hope that maybe we get a few dollars back. What we really want to do is look at our customer base, look at our marketplace, and identify what are the things that we can do that deliver value. How can we reach out to our customers, nurture them on an ongoing basis? So, very simple things that we can do. Number one, we have to make that commitment. Number two, we have to deliver it with regularity. We know that in business, if something is going to work in business, it needs to be a business system. So we have to be committed to having that system. So at a minimum, we need to be looking at where the easy money is. Okay, the easy money is from our existing customer base. And so at a minimum, we should be reaching out to our existing customers and adding value in every point of contact.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because I think you came at how much do you want to segment your current book to create unique messages for different groups of customers, or do you just hit them all with the same?
Okay, well, see, now you're getting my juices going, okay, because this is what marketing automation can do if it's integrated with the agency management system. So let's talk about, let's take an agency for the sake of discussion. Let's say they've maybe a large or medium-sized agency. Let's say they've got 10,000 clients, okay? Here's what most people may not be thinking about. Let's say next Monday, what's likely to happen in the lives of those clients? Not what's likely to happen in the life of your agency and your team and all that jazz. What's going to happen in the lives of those clients? Well, statistically speaking, if you have 10,000 customers, 27 of them will have birthdays on Monday of next week. 27 of them will be renewing in 60 or 90 days or whatever. You might have a few claims, you might get some new prospects, you might lose a customer. We've identified 10 different things that can happen in the life of a customer. Each of and they can all be different. And roughly out of 10,000 people, about 150 people will have those things happen. So when you integrate with an agency management system, you don't have to rely on Sally or Nancy or Bob on your team to figure out the information, follow up with a sequence of messages. You can read an integrated marketing automation system will read the information in the agency management system, trigger the campaigns automatically. And so what's happening then, and this is fairly sophisticated, is you're reaching out to the right person at the right time with the right message. When are they going to be most receptive? Okay, I mean, obviously there's one day a year when they'll be receptive to a warm, cordial birthday greeting on their birthday. And when are they going to be most receptive to an account review? Probably as they're approaching their anniversary day, right? When are they going to be most receptive to having you reach out to them when they have a claim? Well, it's when they have a claim, and so on and so forth. So the most sophisticated kind of email marketing does happen behind the scenes, 24 hours a day, automatically reading changes. Now, so that's one kind of segmentation. The other kind is strategic. It's not triggered by the client. It's determined strategically by the agency. So let's say you've got, for the sake of discussion, 10,000 clients. My agency sells me, between personal and commercial lines, I think 9 policies. Okay, I mean, we run a business and we've got cars and homes and things like that. So we've got about 9 policies. Average policy per customer count in the industry is under 2. Okay, so if you step back and you look at your client base, you'll discover, let's say it's a Main Street agency. Yes, I've got 1,516 clients for whom I have auto and no home, and 711 for whom I have home and no auto, and on and on and on. There are unlimited number of opportunities for cross-selling. That's another way that, but you can't just blast everybody with that, because then people will be turned off to the message. So again, the most effective form of email marketing is when you're reaching the right person at the right time with the right message.
So segmenting your customer base to figure out who needs what, and rather than saying, hi, we want to sell you home insurance, and you send that to the customers that have
you already
home.
have home,
Yeah.
right? Yes,
Absolutely.
very good.
One of the things that I see that as a common mistake many times is the reason that these programs fail is that the principal adds it as a task to somebody who's already overloaded, and it becomes the least urgent thing on their to-do list.
Right.
So it just keeps getting pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any helps and
I'm going to keep going back to my first principle, which is that the agency leadership needs to make a once and for all decision that they're going to be committed to growth, and so if they're going to take their growth strategy and delegate it to the least qualified person for whom they're not even going to, they're not going to manage or monitor their behavior, then it's probably not going to work. They need to have some attention on it. They certainly can delegate the execution and the operation of it, to somebody. I mean, that's appropriate. But if it's a serious business system, then they want to monitor the performance of the system and monitor the performance of the person who's in charge of it.
So if I was going to try to encapsulate what we've talked about here, I'd say commit to a program, segment, and create customized messages that match the needs and the times when the people are most receptive to those messages.
Right on. Very good.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with us today, and we look forward to giving you additional great value in the rest of this series.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed being here.